Hey guys, welcome to the video, and can I just say, check it out. Look at what I found on my latest secondhand store adventure. I found some vintage in-box retro video games for PC. I got Star Wars X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter, original release of Descent, and Duke Nukem 3D, the Kiloton collection. This is I'm so excited. This is so cool to have these. I've had all these games in one form or another over the years when I was a kid, but I never had them in box. I never had them in this form or shape whatsoever. I always was borrowing a game or playing them at somebody else's house, something like that. So the fact that I found these three games in particular, obviously I had many more games than just these, but these were up there in my favorites. So the fact that I found them in general is just so exciting to me. I haven't opened these up yet. I've shook them. They all rattle. They all have stuff inside of them. I don't know what's in them. I'm hoping they're complete. I'm hoping we get some manuals. I'm hoping, we have all the content that's supposed to be in there. We're going to tear into these in just a minute and see and check it out, and hopefully everything is there. Let's get to it. Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I'm a huge Star Wars guy. I was super excited to find X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter in box. It's not the original release. I already have a copy of the original release, but I don't have the box. So this is a close second. This is nice because it does include the additional campaign, the Balance of Power campaign, which is, kind of like a DLC, even though it's not technically DLC because you didn't download that stuff back in the day. You had to obtain the physical media. So it is nice to have that. I'm happy to have it in box. And the box is, it's not mint, but it's probably in the best condition that I've gotten in my last pickup. It's not torn. It's not overly damaged. It's very legible. So I'm happy to have it in box. It feels like there's quite a bit of stuff in here, so I'm excited to see what's in here. I'm hoping everything is in here. Oh, yeah, there's a little bit more in here still. There's oh yeah, there's a lot of, is that it? No, there's still more yet. There is a lot of stuff in here. So what do we have? We have a, yes, I love it when they include the keyboard and guide, so you can easily refer to the controls. That's awesome. It's just, you put this beside you when you're playing. If you need to see something, that's fantastic. I love that. We have Fall 19. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is a catalog of LucasArts games that were available on the market back then. This is neat to have. This is certainly a real slice into history right here. That is cool to have. A lot of information in there. We got Indiana Jones on the front. X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. That's awesome. I like to see that. Oh yeah, your typical installation guide. Yeah, just, very basic information, but it's nice to include nonetheless. Basic multiplayer instructions, contacting LucasArts. Is there a web address on here? I don't see one. An email address, but no web addresses. Sometimes it's fun to use the Wayback Machine and check out what those pages look like back in the day. So, here we have the Balance of Power DLC disc. Well, not DLC, but additional content disc. It's nice to have. It does have a bit of a manual in here. I'm not going to pull that out because it'll take me 5 years to get it back in there. Then we have, both the game discs. There's the multiplayer disc and the single player or the master game disc. That's nice to have. We got them both. That's cool. That's exciting. They're both there. Again, not going to pull those out because it'll take me a year to get them back. And we have a playing LucasArts games on the internet. Oh, check it out. That's cool. This is a multiplayer setup guide for both online and local gaming. Well, that's good. I'm sure this being included helped a lot of people, because back then setting up multiplayer stuff was all manual. There was no automatic. We take it for granted today. You use Steam or whatever. There's lobbies. automatically connects you with everybody. Back then you needed to put in IP addresses and ping them to make sure everything was good. So that's handy that they included that, because I'm sure that helped a lot of people out. And then, nice, we have the manual. And I like manuals from back then. They included absolutely everything you needed to know. We got HUD information, controls, the credits, of course, how to play the game. I'm sure there's a basic background to it in here. Yeah, this is nice to have too. This is all fantastic. I'm really glad I found this. This is all good stuff. I'm going to package this back up and we're going to have a look at the next game. Descent. Descent was fun as heck back in the day. I remember when I got Descent, or I should say my parents got me Descent, and I just loved it. I played the living crap out of that game. This is the DOS version, the CD-ROM DOS version. This is the original release of Descent. It also had a floppy disk release version. I'm a little bit bummed because this case is probably the worst one I picked out, but it's all, you can see it's all taped together and, you know, held together. But it is here. It feels like there's a good amount of stuff in here. We got the theft tag sticking on the top. I'm going to leave that right there, just because I don't want to remove that. The inner box. Oh, the inner box is in pretty good shape. Interplay Productions. This is in pretty good shape. It feels like there's quite a bit in here. Come on. Open up. Come on. Ah. Oh yeah. Okay. Another quick reference card. I love these. This is so nice to have all the controls right at your fingertips, including for joysticks, which is nice too. The supported joysticks. We got a full-fledged instruction manual. Again, I love these big, thick books. Lots of good information in here. Easy to reference. You don't even have to pause the game to reference this if you don't want to. Oh yeah. Multiplayer setup. All the good stuff. This is nice to have. I love it. That's part of the reason. I was really hoping that type of stuff would be in here. What's this? Corridor Alien Invasion. This is not Descent, or even related to Descent. Okay. Okie dokie. That's completely random. Well, if I ever find this, I have a manual for it. And, there's the jewel. Jewel of the game. The jewel case. Descent. Yeah, nice. And the disc. Disc is in good shape. Looks like it doesn't even have a single scratch on it. Nice. Got a good case. And there's still a couple... Oh, receipts. I love receipts. So, another unfulfilled registration form. Oh, look at this information that they ask. Your RAM, type of computer, your sound card. I'm sure they had a bunch of reasons for collecting that, other than just data mining. I swear, I don't think I've ever seen one of these filled out. In every game I got, there's always a registration card, and it's never filled out. So we have some receipts. This one receipt completely faded, nothing to view on here. And this receipt, amazing, you can still read this. Purchased 1997. So this came out in 95. So this was still a late purchase. And they bought a movie and the game here, $18.99. Check that out. Paid cash, 50 bucks at Zellers 096. For those unfamiliar, Zellers is a Canadian chain that unfortunately went under a number of years ago. I mean, every Canadian remembers going to the red and white Zellers back in the day. Go to the Zellers restaurant, get a Zellers haircut. They had everything in there, including games. So yeah, I'm going to package this back up all nicely. This is, again, I'm super happy to have Descent. I loved Descent growing up, and I don't have a copy of it anymore. I've lost it somewhere in my transitioning from childhood to adulthood. So I'm happy to have it. Happy to have it in box, and even if the box isn't in the greatest of condition, I'm still super happy to have Descent. Alright, on to the next game. Yes, last but not least, Duke Nukem 3D. This is incredibly exciting for me, not only because it's Duke Nukem 3D, but because it's all the Duke Nukem stuff. You know, excluding 2011, but, you know, nobody's going to be complaining about that. So it's Duke Nukem 1, 2, 3D of course, as well as Extreme and Duke Zone 2. And it includes some sort of Game Wizard's interactive game guide. I'm presuming that this is like a walkthrough sort of thing, you know, cheats, tips, hints, that sort of thing. You know, like those guides that all the games back in the day, you know, had. It's included in this box set here, the Kiloton collection. So this is neat. The box is fairly rough, not as bad as the Descent box, but it is still, you know, it's got its tears and you know, creases and all that jazz. But it's here. It sounds like there's quite a bit of stuff in here. Oh man, it sure shakes around. Shouldn't do that, I guess. We're gonna have a look in here. Okay, so it all just. Oh yeah. Here, come on. Technical difficulties here. Didn't want to come out of there. So yeah, that's it. So what do we have here? We have a registration. No. Oh, this is a Duke Nukem porcelain statuette. It's just a statue. Retail price $99. Holy smokes. For a porcelain statue? I mean, I guess it's pretty cool, but man, that's expensive. That's expensive today. Never mind 1997, which is when I believe this came out, was 97. Yeah, $99 for the statue, plus $13 to ship it, $20 in Canada, $40 shipping and handling anywhere else in the world. So wow, you would be paying upwards of $150 in 1997. That, wow, with inflation, that would be quite a bit of money. Holy cow. I don't think I would spend that, but I'm sure some people did. And another typical software registration card. Of course, it's here, so that means it was never filled out. You know, I gotta love this vintage style of data mining. What computer do you use? What machines do you own or planning on owning? What do you have? A CD-ROM, a joystick? Yeah, this same kind of stuff. That's in everything. And here we have the games. Duke Nukem shareware version. Well, that's interesting. I didn't think this came with the shareware version. And it's not in the jewel case and everything else is, I guess. Does it say anything about that on here? No, I don't see anything about the shareware version, but I mean, I'm not complaining that it's there. I'm guessing somebody just probably saw Duke Nukem and threw it in with it, but that's cool to have the shareware version. Here we have the jewel cases. We'll take a look at those in a moment. We have the Game Wizard's interactive game guide. This is a book. This is an interactive. Tips. Oh, and installation guide. So it's both. It's got a bit of a walkthrough in here as well. Oh, that's neat. So yeah, this is basically just a walkthrough. Okay, now that the door is open, etc. Yeah. So guiding you through the levels. I mean, I never really like to use these unless I absolutely was stuck, but it is nice to have. Yeah. And video command. Oh yeah, this is definitely for some sort of additional software that accompanies this. So, oh, smash around the interface controls at first to see what it can do. It's really cool. You can jump to and from strategy maps at will. Oh, that's awesome. I love that like witty, sassy writing style that you've seen quite often, especially with games like this back in the day. So that's neat. And yeah, on to our jewels. We have oh yeah, this is the the extra disc. This has got like the Duke It Out in DC, Duke Extreme, Duke Zone 2, and Windows 95 themes and screensavers on this disc here. And this disc, oh yeah, this disc is the interactive game guide disc on here. Yeah. Oh, Master Gamer Danny Spartan leads you through each level. Nice, nice. So this will be the Game Wizard software and videos and all that stuff on here, and then this should be the game or games. Yeah, Duke Nukem 1, Duke Nukem 2, Duke Nukem 3D, the Plutonium Pack, and a level editor. Come get some. Yes, yes, I will. And the disc and another stuck a nice manual. Fairly thick for a jewel case manual, certainly. Oh yeah, your typical stuff, your installation. Oh yeah, another control scheme. Not as handy as a guide like the other games, but it's still easy to just keep handy if you need. Yeah, so everything is here by the looks of it, including we got the bonus shareware disc as well. So that's very exciting. I'm very happy. That means all the games that I got are complete. Everything's there, and that is incredibly rare. That's fantastic. So yeah, that's Duke Nukem. Kiloton Collection, certainly very welcome to have in my collection. Alright, well that just about wraps up the video. I'm very happy with these three new additions to my collection. They're complete, they have manuals, they have all the discs. That's fantastic. In my experience, it's extraordinarily rare to find games of this age, you know, essentially complete in box. They're not new in box, but they're complete in box, and that's all I want. That makes me happy. So, you may be wondering, Fuzzy Man, why do you have these games? You don't even have a computer set up to play them. And you are absolutely correct. I do not have a computer set up, but I am in the midst of putting one together. I have a case, I have components, I just got to figure out a couple last minute details, and then I will be assembling them. And hopefully that'll be a video in the very soon near future that I'll be getting to that. And then I'll be playing these games. And you can be sure that I'm going to do a video on that. I'll do a video on how the games play, that sort of thing. We'll be crossing that bridge very soon. But until then, thanks for watching, and have a good one.